Wisdom of Solomon chapter 6, verse 21. If your delight be then in thrones and scepters, O you kings of the people, honor wisdom that you may reign forevermore. I want to give our praises to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, Rawchaa Qadash. Forgive me the spirit to do this lesson. This lesson is going into, you want to be a king. You're doing this work because you want to be a king, man. You want to rule. You want to rule in righteousness, but it takes work to be a king. You don't become a king overnight, okay? So when the scripture says, oh, you kings of the people, honor wisdom that you may reign forevermore, that come from the throne of the Most High, okay? Once you take hold of wisdom and understand that it is your light to see where you're going. If you can't see where you're going, you're not going to make it to being a king, okay? If you're distracted by things of this world, you're not going to make it to put that crown of stones on your head of pure gold. It's not going to happen, man. So don't deceive yourself, okay? That's why the scripture's talking about examine yourselves. Hold on to your crown. Well, how do you hold on to the crown? Wisdom, because the crown is wisdom, okay? So let's read this again. Wisdom of Solomon 6:21. If your delight be then in thrones and scepters, O kings of the people, honor wisdom that you may reign forevermore. So you have to focus on the inner man. Focus on you, the spirit. From there, let's go to 2 Corinthians chapter 4, starting at verse 16. For which cause we faint not, but though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day. And how is your inward man renewed? Through wisdom and understanding, man. Being able to see. That's why King Solomon asked for wisdom, okay? He was seeking the kingdom first, and everything was added unto King Solomon. But his focus was wisdom because he understood that was the only way to be a king, okay? A righteous king in the spirit of Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi. And we have to learn from the scriptures and know that, man. We're not in the kingdom yet, but the kingdom dwelleth within you first, okay? So though we're surrounded by darkness and evil and nonsense day by day, wisdom will carry us through. Wisdom will give us the balance to see where we're going, man. Now, a righteous man falls 7 times to get back up again, but wisdom gets him back up through the mercies of Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi. Okay, so it says, yet the inward man is renewed day by day. It has nothing to do with your outward appearance, man. Looking good, looking beautiful. Nothing to do with that. Okay, Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi is looking at your inward parts, your spirit, to see where you're at, to see where you're going, to see how you're thinking. What do you want to be? Do you want to be a king? They know if you really want to be a king versus just speaking it. Okay, a king is inwardly first, then it's outwardly with the crowns and the stones. Okay, looking glorious on the outside, but it is inwardly first. What do you think is happening right now? You woke up to be an Israelite to do what? To grow day by day, inwardly first. Then if you make it, if you overcome these things and you receive the mercy, okay, then you're changed so that your inwardly is perfect, comes to perfection, and then your outwardly is beautiful, the image of the heavenly man, but it's inwardly first, okay? Let's read 17 verse. For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. It's just for a moment, man. Don't focus on the affliction because you won't focus on your inward man. You'll be just woe me, focusing on the things that are not going right in your life. Okay, but if you believe in this truth, man, and you're sincere and you're growing and you can see your growth, okay, then the things are going right for you because the inward man is the focus. Forget the outside noise. The outside noise don't mean nothing, okay, at the end of the day, man, because if you allow that to dictate your mind frame day by day because of what happened today or what's going to happen tomorrow, if you make it to tomorrow, then you're going to be in trouble mentally, man. You got to be kingdom minded, man. You got to be able to visualize it and see it and run to it with balance. Okay, let's read verse 18. While we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal. Right, man. Okay, being a king of Israel, man, being one of the kings under Yahawashi, under King David, ruling in righteousness, perfection. That's what you want, man. But you got to walk like it, man. You got to walk like it in your heart and your mind. Okay, and that takes growth and experience to be able to really see that for what it is. All right. Now there's an example in 1 Samuel chapter 16. I'm going to start at verse 4, going into when Samuel was given an order to choose the next king. Okay, and you're going to see what it's going to go into, man, about the inward man. Okay, so let's start at verse 4. It says, and Samuel did that which the Lord spake, and came to Bethlehem. And the elders of the town trembled at his coming, and said, comest thou peacefully? And he said, peacefully, I am come to sacrifice unto the Lord. Sanctify yourself, and come with me to the sacrifice. And he sanctified Jesse and his son, and called them to the sacrifice. And it came to pass, when they were come, that he looked at Eliab, and said, surely the Lord anointed is before him. But the Lord said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance, or on the height of his stature, because I have refused him. You hear that? It's not about the outward man. Okay, that's why Goliath was laughing at David. He thought it was a joke, like, who is this guy y'all sent to fight me, man? Really? Okay, because the worldly mind state always focuses on the outward man. And we did as well at one point. Okay, but putting on that new man, okay, learning Yahawashi in the spirit, then we understand, wait a minute, it's about the inward man. That is where the power lies, not on the outside. Okay, because you're a good fighter, you know, Floyd Mayweather or whatever, Mike Tyson. Doesn't matter, man. The inward man will win every time, because the inward man that's focused on the inward is allies with who? Yahawashi. And when you read these scriptures, man, you see it every single time. So let's read that again, verse 7. But the Lord said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance, or on the height of his stature, because I have refused him. For the Lord seeth not as man seeth. For man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart. Right, your mind. Okay, so you want to be a king, right? You have to focus on your mind. This is a spiritual warfare. Satan does not want you to think and focus on your mind and your heart, man. He wants you to consistently look on what you see on the outward, to be consumed by it. Okay? Material things, physical things, but not spiritual things. You can't forget that. It's a spiritual warfare, man. You have to war spiritually to be in the mind state of a king of Israel. Okay? Verse 8. Then Jesse called Abinadab and made him pass before Samuel, and he said, neither have the Lord chosen this. Then Jesse made Shammah to pass by, and he said, neither have the Lord chosen this. Again, Jesse made 7 of his sons to pass before Samuel, and Samuel said unto Jesse, the Lord have not chosen these. Verse 11. And Samuel said unto Jesse, are here all thy children? And he said, there remaineth yet the youngest, and behold, he keepeth the sheep. And Samuel said unto Jesse, send and fetch him, for we will not sit down till he come hither. And he sent and brought him in. Now he was ruddy and without of a beautiful countenance, and goodly to look upon. Okay, he was a youngling, man. Okay, very young. That's what that's talking about. He was very, very young, man, and young in stature. Okay, that's why the Lord said what he said to Samuel about the other brother, man. Some of the older brothers. It's like, look, I'm not looking upon his stature, because Samuel saw the older brother and was like, man, okay, maybe the Lord chose him. Look at him. But the Most High was like, no, listen, I'm looking on the inwardly, man. Don't forget the spirit. Okay. Shows you how easily you can slip right back into looking on the outward. You got to watch that, man, in the spirit. Okay. You got to examine yourself, making sure you're not being in that spirit, because that's not a spiritual way of thinking. That's a carnal man way of thinking, man. A worldly way of thinking, okay? So it says, beautiful countenance and goodly to look to. And the Lord said, arise, anoint him, for this is he. Right, man, okay? And he became king of Israel. So if you want to be a king, how should you be? How should you act? How should you think? Always focus on the inward man. You have to focus on yourself. Don't worry about the other stuff. It does not matter when it comes to Yahawashi, because they're constantly, consistently examining your inward man. So focus on yourself, on your character, on your integrity, on your mercy. Are you humble? Are you meek? Okay? Get rid of pride. Get rid of the ego, the wicked ego. Okay? That's what you got to understand. So with that, I'm going to leave off with this last scripture. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 20, verse 28. Mercy and truth preserve the king, and his throne is upholden by mercy. Right, man. And King David had mercy. He had great mercy on Saul. When you read the story, man, Saul trying to kill him and destroy him, and King David still held his integrity and mercy and truth. Okay, which is part of your inward man. That's a characteristic that is great to have, okay, as a man in this truth. That makes you closer to Yahawashi. That makes you closer to inheriting the earth and being a king and being a joint heir with Yahawashi. That's what we're doing this for, man. We ain't doing this to not be a king. I want to be a king. I know you want to be a king. Well, focus on your inward man, okay, in the spirit. So hopefully that was edifying. I want to give all praises to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, Rawchaa Qadash, for giving me the spirit to do this lesson. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to your Akamah that is doing the truth and sincerity. Shalom.